where I studied for years and years and traveled doing theater across the country. We used to do classic plays back to back at colleges. So we would skip across the country from college, and do like Chekhov and Shakespeare in the same day. And early on in my career, I realized that I was gravitating towards not leading man parts. When at that time in my life, I could have been playing leading man parts. And I was getting some of them, but I was never really interested in it. I was always interested in the more character-driven parts. And that's where I sort of connected to acting with learning from these amazing teachers that were in New York at the time. Some of them are most of them are gone now, they've passed away. And some of the actors that were studying under them and watching them fail in front of me, like great actors, and then succeed and fail and succeed and fail. And that put me psychologically in a place where I realized that I had an identity in acting, not just, I was looking for an identity in real life at that age, like as we all are, but I figured out my identity in acting right then, before I ever did a film. And so when I got Full Metal Jacket, by the grace of God, because of Matthew Modine put out a helping hand and said, "Hey, I'm shooting this thing in England, you should send a tape." And I'm like, "A tape?" And he's like, "Yeah, VHS." And I'm like, "A VHS?" You know, like the cameras were like this big back then, and you had to wear a deck over your shoulder. And so I went and rented a giant camera and a deck and sat on a stoop on 10th Avenue and 21st Street, a stairwell, and me and my friend Steve, we shot a monologue from a play that I was doing at the time. And I sent it to Stanley Kubrick. I did all this because one of my peers told me to do it. And it was the exact kind of part that I knew that I could play. And so I think that pushed me forward and gave me an identity in this world of acting and Hollywood and stuff like that. And I think it was a lot easier for me. It was a big transition from not knowing that to knowing that. And I've never been scared of a part since then. So, yeah, awesome.